Well, good afternoon on this rather lovely sunny day. Apparently it's a Friday. I have no idea where Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or even Thursday's gone. But today I shall be reading you a couple more chapters from No Naked Walls. See that backwards? If I can turn it around you can see it that way. As all art gallery owners and artists should say, there should always be something on your walls. So we pick up the story in chapter 3, called Glowing Orange. The gallery was open for a week, and a great start. Lots of red dots on labels, which technically means they're sold. I'm feeling quite delighted with everyone's efforts, although a touch jaded given that the launch party has lasted 3 days, and is, to a degree, still ongoing for normal closing times. It's early evening, well you wouldn't know it from today, would you? And I'm attempting to look busy at the computer, catching up on notes and thank you letters, valuations and the like, when someone walks in through my doors. I look up to acknowledge a blue hairdo with an array of multicoloured clothing, holding a large black art folder with "Death is Life" emblazoned on the front in day-glow orange. Saying to her, "I'll be with you in a minute." At a rough guess, she's female. I close down the computer, replace my pen, and I stand up. To my complete shock, I'm confronted with a naked female, tattooed from head to toe, lying prostrate on top of her folder. "I thought you'd get a better understanding of what I'm about," she says. Now don't get me wrong. As a member of the male human race, a naked female is very much my kind of woman, to be appreciated and admired. However, call me old-fashioned, but invasive tattoos graffitied over a body of ample proportions doesn't quite do it for me. I cough and say calmly, "May I request that you get dressed and then you can show me your artwork, or leave?" The artist says nothing and slowly covers herself up, finally shoving her feet into green Doc Martens with an attitude of protest. "My theory is to glow from within. To glow from within the painting. And I only use glow paints. You must come to my studio. I insist. I want to have sex with you." It's at this point that no is the only medication. It's at this point that no is the only correct answer on so many levels. I have to ask her, "Are you taking any medications at this moment?" She flings her papers all over the gallery floor. "Why can't people just fucking have sex and stuff without all these complications? Do you know what? I hate you." So now I'm faced with an emotionally frustrated glow in the dark in the form of a highly explosive female. The rules of engagement have dramatically changed. The solution is simple. I press the new security alarm button. Within a few moments, that was quick, 2 of the shopping complex security guards enter the gallery with an "Is everything okay? You know what I mean?" eyebrows raised. Man and woman in the room alone? Sort of look. "Thank you, gentlemen. This person would like to be escorted from the premises." Well, that at least shows that the security system worked. Russian red. Nudes seem to attract a lot of admirers, both male and female. And we're talking paintings here, but one of the things that don't usually sell are life drawings. They are a wonderful way of practicing observational techniques. You see, it's a bit like scales on the piano, but no G minor scale will ever get to be a top 10 hit. There are exceptions, though, in my gallery. One day, around 6 in the afternoon, early evening, just before we lock up, a tall, dark-haired lady walks in with a folder. She walks straight up to me and says in a wonderful James Bond Russian spy accent, "Are you the owner of this establishment?" "I am indeed," I say, intrigued. "Who wouldn't be?" "Good. Very good. I want to exhibit my work with you." There is no hint of doubt in her approach that I will do other than accept her offer. "I show you my pieces." Usually, I say, trying to wrest back control of my gallery, artists have to make an appointment. "I have no time for that. You must show my work." Her tongue curls around the English language's seductive tone. She's in fact right. She places her folder on the clean white floor and produces from it 10 superb, powerful, sultry nude sketches. They have a sort of abstract quality. In my opinion, they're brilliant. Several of them I'd cheerfully buy for my own collection. I use my imagination, and the model is myself in all this work. She takes her long coat off and drapes it over a wooden sculpture. Julian immediately appears to whisk it off the £5,000 piece. He hangs it over the back of the chair. Where I come from, she says, we have close relationship with the owner of the gallery. It is the Russian way. I raise an eyebrow. That is most interesting. But you know what? In England, I'm afraid we haven't heard of this practice before. She looks puzzled as I continue. You must have a lot of exhausted gallery owners. I try to concentrate on her drawings, but she fixes me with a steely-eyed glare. We are very specific whom we show our art with. Whoops, I've been targeted. The intensity of her gaze doesn't change, and I feel like I'm being stripped naked in my own establishment. And then she exclaims, vodka. Miraculously, she pronounces it as we do. None of that vodka rubbish that they say in bad films. So, miraculously once again, from out of a folder appears a branded bottle carrying the emblazoned image of a Cossack on the front, and not a word of printed English anywhere. This is how we seal our friendship. I decide on the spot that I'm going to make a habit of adopting new traditions. So at 9:30 p.m. I lock up and stroll home. Were it not for the images stored in my stockroom, I'd be wondering if any of that really happened. Nostravia. Pink and brown. When putting an exhibition together, you need to imagine a blank image jigsaw with many pieces, all wrapped in bubble wrap or sheets or a combination of cardboard, polythene, mother's old blankets, etc., etc. Anything that can be used to protect artworks and cause extra wasted time excavating the paintings will be used. When eventually the work is laid out against the walls, I tend to put one piece in the middle of the gallery, and I try to create a flowing feel that should soothe and encourage the onlooker and hopefully tempt them into purchasing a new work. One particular exhibition, predominantly figurative, colourful and large, attracts quite a few new customers. I'm very delighted to report. My gallery is littered with semi-nudes in forests and gardens or draped over furniture, all very discreet and tasteful, and sometimes with the bold addition of pieces of fruit strategically placed to hide anything that shouldn't be seen. After 3 hours, 36 paintings are suitably hung, exhibited to their best and very well lit. Wherever possible, good lighting is mandatory for bringing out the best of a painting. Akin to the expensive second coat of nail varnish, it finishes off the look exquisitely. A very smartly dressed businesswoman with an immaculate hairdo and very expensive scarf strolls in and around the gallery. She wanders in the manner of someone for whom this is more of a chore than a delight. Welcome to my world, I say. May we offer you a glass of something? I don't drink, the woman retorts. Perhaps a cup of tea or coffee instead. Perfect. Earl Grey, no milk. She turns away and continues to examine the paintings with an air of supercilious boredom. Permit me for saying it, but you look like you've something very specific in mind, I say. Pink and brown. Pink and brown, she states. My interior designer says only pink and brown will work in the room. Staring right ahead of her is a reclining nude, shades of pink, lying on a wooden chaise longue. Any particular shade of brown, I ask? Belinda stalks me by slowly. Ice Maiden, she mouths in my direction, without saying a word, and takes herself off to sit behind the desk, looking professionally busy. I'd like to see this in the location before I decide. With pleasure, ma'am. It seems appropriate to address her so. The game one plays with clients could be written as a screenplay. There are so many possible roles, but what is most important is to indulge the customer who will always like to think that they are right. So I smile. I'm polite at all times, you know, and I'm happy to guide them gently into thinking that they're right to agree with me. When would you like to see this painting in situ, I ask. Well, I'm busy for 3 weeks, she says, checking her file of facts. I'm very sorry, I say, but the opening for this artist is tonight, and we anticipate a rather good response. Is there any way you could see if the works are any earlier, like now? She looks me up and down in disbelief. Now? She shouts. I need a phone. Belinda hands her our telephone. Sybil, delay my next appointment till 3 p.m, please. And she hands the phone back to Belinda. I suppose that could be taken as a good sign. Well, she says, let's go. I take the paintings off the wall and place it in a protective bag. Where to? Follow me. And she pivots and walks straight out of the gallery, expecting me to keep up. In fast pursuit, I cross the courtyard at a rate of knots, trying breathlessly to make small talk. I haven't the time or inclination to chat, she says, and cuts me off stone dead. Silently, we cross 2 roads, miraculously unscathed despite her indifference to passing traffic, and arrive at one of those new glass and steel buildings. It's a fine example of modern living in the modern city, devoid of any quality of design, terribly functional, and with far too many lifts and auto-locking fire doors. She storms through the entrance, and the door closes in my face. Damn magnetic security locks. Excuse me, I shout after the vanishing woman. She turns back to open the door for me. Come on, she says. I'm very busy. We enter a stainless steel lift with blue mood lighting, and she presses the button etched in an aluminum panel. Top floor, penthouse. We walk through the front door and the whole place is dark. She flicks a switch and the silk curtains come to life, opening like a cinema presentation when a wide screen film begins. Everything is in its place. It looks like a showroom, and emotionless and sterile as a photo shoot. Not a single grain of dust dares remain in this place. Where would you like to see the painting? I ask. I can't see a wall big enough. The room is all glass and curtains. In my bedroom, she asks. This way. She marches through another brown door and again presses a button to let in the light. Here the curtains are a soft pink, shot silk. The carpet is a soft pink. The bed is covered in a silk throw, in soft pink, with a delicate pink rose embroidered in the centre. The bed is brown, the identical brown to the shade in the painting. Isn't that a coincidence? Has the goddess of interior designers looked down on us? It is the perfect tone. There's only one place for this painting, I offer. It's above the bed. The cupboards are mirrored so it'll reflect perfectly. Well, take your shoes off and climb on the bed. I want you to hold it up there. And she points dramatically. A positive instruction. So there I am, supporting the painting of the nude while standing on a very deep, soft mattress. And the pink colour is a perfect match for her soft furnishings. Identical. It's a good job there are a pair of cherry red nipples in the picture. Otherwise it might completely vanish in the decor. To my surprise, the woman whose name I still don't know takes her shoes off and climbs onto the bed. She lies down in the middle and studies the reflection in the mirror. I'm more or less straddling her. A balancing act indeed. She raises herself up and leans on one elbow. Then she grabs a book from the bedside table and opens the pages. What do you think? I ask, not daring to move an inch. It needs a different frame. It's got to match the wardrobe. Certainly, I smile. I bet she wants it back on the wall, reframed by this evening. I'm about to step off the bed when she says that she wants to hold it against the wall and will I lie down to check it all works. Okay, this is getting a little weird, but the customer is always right. So we swap positions, and there I am, lying in my best suit on a strange bed, a fully dressed woman standing over me. There's always a first time for everything, I say. Thank you. So it continues. People say to me, how come you're writing anecdotes? And the reality is, working in the real gallery, every day was like an anecdote. There wasn't one day the same, apart from the fact you sell paintings and glass and ceramics. So I changed this gallery to a non-specific busy place, obviously, with non-specific people, built up over a fair number of friends, customers, clients, assistants, people from my past. And I sort of use an awful lot of creative thought processing to come up with this poor chap who had a gallery. So I shall continue this at my next session. Thank you for listening. Check me out, Lee Benson, the creative author. I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, I have my own website on WordPress, and many more. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe to my channel. Bye.